All right, so I think we're live. Let's see. We're going to try to put our live stream into our general chat here real quick, or the live stream area of the account. And we'll close that guy. We'll hop onto Hero Wars. Hey, Gary H. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to see you there. The one, nice to have you here as well. Thank you for joining the live stream. Let's see, I'm going to try to cover this light best I can. Let's see, where is it located? All right, okay, more or less I got it, I think. Hey, Prax, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. All right, so before I get into cybernetic skins, I have something I wanted to cover real quick because I got a couple questions about it, and I think I might as well try to clear the air on it right now because some people had questions about it. So it's related to switching servers and having multiple accounts. So let's start with first the basic switching servers, okay? So once my game cooperates with me here, froze up, okay. But yeah, so we'll start with that. We're going to start with talking about this one aspect of having multiple accounts because there's some confusion there. I try to clear it up, but it might have been more confusing typing it out as opposed to explaining it and showing with visuals. So hopefully that the people who asked about this will be able to see this in the beginning. Gujo, bonjour, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. John Jensen, hello, hello. So we're going to start real quick by talking about changing servers. And the main reason I want to talk about this was because there's some confusion. So changing servers, pretty simple. You can see right now I'm on server 35. This is on Facebook, okay? So it works the same on web. And you can hop to older servers, meaning, right, I'm on server 35 and I can hop to anything that's before 35 and save all my game progress, okay? Now, let's say I start on server 36, right? You can see I've started one here, level 9, and I want to jump to anything before level 35. Now, I could do that, except for the account that has, except for I can't have two accounts on the same server. So if I were to hop 36 to 35 to try to have two accounts on the same server, that would not work. At least that's my understanding, unless something's changed recently in the last like month. But this 30 level, this account that's on server 36 can jump to anywhere that the other accounts are not. So you cannot have two of these same accounts on the same server because it's all under one game. It's basically like if you were to have one game cartridge, right? Let's say this account is one game cartridge. You can have multiple save points the way the Hero Wars has it. But you can't have multiple save points on the same exact world or server because that would be an unfair advantage. Not to mention, it just wouldn't be something that Hero Wars isn't going to allow. So that is how that works. And I tried to explain that to someone, but they were having trouble understanding it. They're like, you can have multiple accounts on the same server. Yes, that's true. But then you need to have multiple Facebook accounts or multiple web accounts. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to have two or three accounts on the same server. So if you could do that, that would make things a lot easier for people to have 5 or 6 accounts on, let's say, the same server. So let's say I play mainly on server 35. I would have 29 other accounts on server 35 that were all mine, and there'd be no issues. But that's not how this game works. You can have multiple accounts on the same server, but you're going to need to have multiple Facebook or multiple web accounts to be able to play those. So I just want to get that out there. That was something that a lot of people have been asking me recently. I don't know why, but it's been coming up, so I wanted to address it. And I didn't have a chance to make an individual video, and I felt like it was too specialized for a couple people that it wouldn't impact everyone, but I thought I'd just mention that to get that out there. Anyway, John Jensen, hello, hello. Simon, good day to you. Nice to have you here. Joseph Schrock, hello, hello. Nice to have you here. Francis Zegan, incognito. All right. Getting a good group of folks in here. Simon says you can't go above the level that you started at, from my understanding too. Yes, that's very accurate. You can actually. Well, okay. So you can go to a newer server than the one you're on, but you're going to start a brand new account. So if I were to go, like, let's say to server 37, you cannot transfer your 35 or 36 accounts to server 37 because that would be an unfair advantage because you've already been playing for a much longer time than people on those servers. Consequently, they force you to start a brand new account. So let's say I want to go to server 74. You cannot bring your account from level, server 35 all the way to server 74. Well, the reason being, the newer players are going to be on the newer servers. And if you had someone, let's say, from server one's been around for over 5 years now, almost 5.5, I would say. And if you were to have someone, let's say, who's played 5 years, and you take them and you put them with someone who's just started, like day one, how fair would that be? It wouldn't. So that's why Hero Wars has restricted that ability to go back and use a new account or older account and hop onto a brand new server. So it makes sense. It has good policy reasons behind it. But I just want to explain that because there seemed to be a lot of confusion with that. And people were like, why can't I bring my old account to a newer server? Can I have multiple accounts from the same game on the same server, stuff like that. And so I thought it'd be easier to answer it all in one swoop at the beginning of this particular live. So I just want to bring that out there. Been getting a lot of questions about that, so I wanted to put that out there. Yes, Simon, that's absolutely correct. Prax, why do they have so much of a hang up on going to higher servers? Well, Prax, everyone wants to be good at the game. Some people feel like it has more of an advantage, which it will. But Hero Wars obviously is prepared for that, and they have blocked that ability to do that. But people still want to be the best with doing the least amount of work, and sometimes you would think the easiest way to get ahead is to have played longer and play with newer players. So, I mean, a lot of players do that anyway, but they all start from zero. So, it's not like it's this special phenomena. A lot of people do it. It's just a matter of, do you want to start from scratch? And most people don't want to start over. They want to keep playing on their account, but they don't want to play with people who are on their level because they're not quite as strong, typically. Those are the people who are looking for outs. So I'm going to claim some of these items here. Hey, Bubble07, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Vitamin, nice to have you here as well. Prex says, well, that sucks. Now started on server 3 and now merged up to server 18. Yeah, so that means you're kind of stuck on server 3 or up to 18, I guess, if it's all merged into one. So that means at most you can go up to server 2 and 1. And actually, not too long ago, server 1, 2, and 5 were all locked. Meaning, if you were on those servers, you could not move. But that's recently been changed. So like if you were on anything that was pre-server 10 as of like 6 months ago, so it's still not like new, but like it's new-ish. They blocked those servers because they didn't want people coming in who were brand new, like server 74 hopping onto those. So they tried to lock those so that people could not join them, at least on Facebook. I don't know about web. They locked them for a decent amount of time. I know they unlocked it within the last like year and a half, I want to say. But they locked the ability for these people to really move if you started on these servers. They tried to limit the number of people who could jump from these higher servers down to server 1. Some people were able to do it. The system didn't detect all of them, but they try to limit that. So that was something that I saw as well, which is good on Hero Wars, but kind of unfortunate if you're one of those early starters who wanted to jump around or like took a long break. Definitely didn't get the full benefit of the doubt on that one, but it is what it is. Okay, so yes. Gujo pulled an absolute Mara the other day. Congratulations, Gujo. That is awesome. Mara is probably one of my favorite pets to use with Isaac. I've also seen her used effectively with Leanne. Really, really good hero, or pet, excuse me. So that's awesome, Mara. Yeah, gotta love that. She has the little wings, and she's got the little devil horns and everything. She's a pretty good character, I will say. I like her a lot as a little enhancer, essentially, right? because all the pets kind of have their enhancing abilities. They basically improve the abilities and capabilities of their teammates. Um, and speaking of good news, since we're already here, we might as well. I think we have enough to finish off our boy Albus. Look at that. That's beautiful. Chef's kiss. We don't need to go any further on that. So our Albus is absolutely finished for now until Hero Wars decides to make a change. So Albus is done, meaning we can move on to our next pet, which is going to be Axel. I think Axel's the next logical choice to upgrade. Long road ahead for us with Axel, but I'm pretty happy to say that my Albus is currently complete. So there's that. And obviously, Gujo just pulled an absolute Mara the other day. That's fantastic. Good news on the pet front. And Konyu says, I've never pulled an absolute pet. The only way I've pulled an absolute pet, I've pulled two, and that was just using emeralds. So I can't say I had as much good luck because I was kind of, I was paying for it. But yeah, no, it is pretty phenomenal to pull one. So congratulations, Gujo. That is awesome. It's your second one. That's some good luck. Absolutely good luck. But yeah, I think pulling it with emeralds is a little, it's still great, but it's still a little bit less lucky than if you were to just pull it like randomly. Like that's just crazy. I love that. And even if you did use emeralds, it's still a great pull. Fantastic pet to really get a hold of. I think any of them are really useful, and the stronger you can get them, the better. Okay, I don't know why this pop-up thing keeps happening now. This is like a new Facebook, like, annoying feature. Okay, we got rid of it, I guess. Okay, good. So we obviously have this CyberCon event going on. I really haven't played it as most of these events, but I will say there's some really good news that came out in the Hero Wars front. We have to talk about it. So I want to make sure we talk about the points we need to talk about, which is going to be Winterfest coming up. And they actually had a new video with Kayla, right? So a lot of us hopefully maybe had a chance to preview it. And if you didn't, we'll talk a little bit about it here, and I'll probably make some more future content on it as well. But basically, Kayla's going to be a new hero that's coming for us in December, right? So during the month of December, which is like days away, like we just had Thanksgiving, which happy Thanksgiving to everyone, happy belated Thanksgiving, and we have Christmas literally around the corner, which means Winterfest is coming, and it also means we're going to be having a brand new pet or hero, Kayla, right? And they also did mention that there might even be a secondary new pet or new hero. I do keep saying pet now. New hero, which is going to be Aiden potentially, right? So something to keep in mind, and at least that's the impression I got, was the other hero could be Aiden. And I will show you what I'm talking about as soon as we're done with collecting these rewards from the tower. Sweet. All right, so Kayla, right? Of course, I had the right spot saved on the YouTube video, and of course, it just like errors out on me there. But Kayla is a new hero, and I'm trying to see if we can get. All right, you know what? That's okay. I just want an image of Kayla. I don't really care about. Okay. So they gave us a couple images of Kayla. Kayla is basically a hero that has the ability to deal pure damage, which is pretty unusual. I mean, some heroes can do it, like Yasmin and whatnot, and obviously that leaves them susceptible to someone like Corvus that we talked about last weekend. But something that's unique, I think, with Kayla is that her default damage is physical damage, which is really kind of crazy because that hurts Rufus users significantly. I mean, Kayla's pretty nice. That means Kayla's going to be a game changer, and I kind of think, in a sense, that I like her more for defense than offense. But I like her abilities as a whole. I know it's not going to be the most popular. She's not a damage dealer. I mean, she does deal damage, but her main purpose, I think, is not necessarily to deal massive amounts of damage. It's actually to kind of stall down a team, which to me makes me think that she's more of a defensive strength, right? Let's say if I were to build a team, and I haven't used Kayla at all yet, but I actually think she might be a decent defender. with Martha, Celeste, and some healers. But that also leaves you vulnerable, right, to another opponent using Celeste because of two things. So when we have a matchup, let's see, just do like any random matchup. Hero challenge. We'll just do any random team. We're not going to worry about a pet versus like any other random team. Exact same team's fine. I just want to kind of have the setup kind of shown here. Come on. You had Axel. Nice, nice, nice. And Cunha says that is how I got my totems to Absolute Star, spending emeralds. Nice. I mean, I'll tell you what, totems to Absolute Star is another like just beast in its own right. Okay, why is this being difficult? Um, so yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you, Gujo, for being a member for 2 months. Absolutely love it. Appreciate you. You just got upgraded, it looks like, to a teal colored star, if I'm seeing that right. Love it. And obviously, when you are a member, right, you also do get a bonus spot on the picker wheel. So he's on there twice, as is, for example, like Tanya and a couple others. But yes, thank you so much for your support, Gujo. Much, much appreciated. Um, it's funny. Once in a while, I get a message from Tanya saying, "Oh, it's cheaper than Valkyrie's Favor because it's not every week; it's every month." I'm like, "That's fair. That's a fair point." But anyway, okay. So let's take a look here. Um, Getting back on topic here with this. Come on now. Oof, my computer is struggling right this second. We'll get everything sorted. But looking back at this, right? So we want to go back to this guild battle. I wanted to really just take a look, and the reason I want to take a look is because I want to talk about the setup, right? So when you have two teams attacking, there's two things that happen. One is, they're attacking straight on. Now, when Yasmin, for example, goes to the other side, two or three heroes are basically turned around and distracted, focusing all of their attention on Yasmin. Same thing will happen with Kayla when she gets released. So what that means is you basically have the rest of your team to basically try to attack the heroes that are not turned around and have less damage come in at you. And if you have Martha, right, the further your hero is away from Martha, she can heal more health the further away she is from the hero that she is trying to heal. So that makes Martha a great option with Kayla. And I really think this is great for offensive heroes, especially if they are physical attackers that usually attack straightforward. Now, there's going to be exceptions here. So, like if Kark, for example, is able to do his toss up or Kira is able to attack backwards, some of these other heroes are going to play a factor. But I just want to point out that, when you hop over from one side, and we can demonstrate that with maybe, one fight where Yasmin is on the field. I don't even really care if Yasmin wins or not. I don't care if Yasmin gets knocked out right away. But the point is, I just want to show, like, obviously, I think Kayla has some potential. I realize a lot of the content creators are kind of, either saying, like, she's terrible or she's not as bad. I mean, I don't think she's that bad at all. And we will see what happens with this. But maybe I should have had Yasmin on the defensive team. But either way, what you'll see is once Yasmin uses her effect, she'll hop to the other side and heroes will turn around. And I think that's a great tactic to basically not only deal extra damage, but also to distract from the opposing team. And if you have Martha, it just helps that much more. So we'll see what happens here as soon as Yasmin gets going, right? So Yasmin is now on this side. We can see that we obviously only have Elmir, but Ishmael is also turned around. These two heroes are turned around, which means now we have a 3-on-4 fight, basically. And they're probably not really going to touch Yasmin too much as of the way that this matchup's going to go, but let's see. And so she's back on this side. But it's kind of interesting because I would equate Kayla to a Yasmin plus Elmir style hero. You just saw Elmir hop to the back. Now, he does that when his health gets a little bit low, and so that he can basically recover his health. Now that his health is recovered, he's kind of fine to be where he's at. And that is the same instance with Kayla. So Kayla takes damage herself, right? It's kind of similar to what Cleaver does. Cleaver injures himself while he's attacking, but Kayla does the same thing. And when she gets to a low enough health, she hops back to her side, kind of like Elmir, and kind of like Yasmin, kind of a combination of the two heroes, and pops back, and then gets extra defensive stats to basically allow her to survive. And that's where you want a lot of healing. So that's where you'd want a Nebula. That's where you'd want a Celeste. Martha's still helpful, but Martha's more helpful when that hero's on the other side, right? Kayla's on the other side. But it deals a significant amount of damage. And I think that's pretty scary. I'm not going to go with Scary Terry, but, pretty scary. So kind of something interesting there. Greeter says, no problem. Continue your great work. Thank you so much. Hit that like button, y'all. Yes, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, it does help a lot. Francis Ian says, next year's post also mentions strong synergy with Aiden. So I'm guessing some healing and possibly more of these marks. Yes. So Aiden is going to be the brother. Yes. So new twins. Yes. Essentially, it is a new twins combination because we were told it's going to be her brother. So unless they change something, we do have brand new twins, essentially. And it's something to look out for. I'm excited to see exactly how it plays out. I don't know how it will play out yet because they haven't released too many details yet, but with the new twin idea, I like it. And I actually kind of think that it's going to be an underrated squad right now. And a lot of people were like, oh, we get another attacking style hero who jumps back and forth. But I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued. I like the way that this setup is. I'm not down on it yet. I know there's some debuffs involved. But I still think that this could be a very interesting hero and someone that a lot of players could take advantage of. So I'm kind of curious to see how it falls out and shakes out. And the other thing I really, really am curious about is how this will play out in Asgard. If I'm lucky, it'll be a branch that I'm kind of already kind of working on, right? And that'll make my life easier because it'll give me another option to basically use, right? Because more likely than not, whatever branch Kayla falls into, her brother will also fall into, right? So that's a 2-for-1. And the Magic attacking group already has so many attackers and, good heroes that we need some love in other areas. So hopefully this will allow us to basically have some more good options. And ideally, I would like it to be in the same category, but we'll see. I got the branches popping up here. The warrior branch would be cool. I mean, Yazin's there. But, I would be okay with. I don't really feel like it's a marksman, though. Tank, not really. Mage. I feel like it would be a warrior branch. I feel like these two would, well, maybe one of them would be a warrior branch, and then I'm not really sure if the other one would be support or healer. But I think it's possible that Kayla's a warrior. It's possible. I'm not saying it's for sure, but it's possible. And it's something that I'm looking forward to seeing because I would like to kind of potentially mess around a little bit with Kayla. And I think Kayla could even be good potentially with Kark. I want to see how that plays out. I think it could be a possibility. Kark just needs a little less attention on him when he's attacking. For me, as a Kark user, I would like a little bit less focus because he's front line and he gets hit a fair amount, which is fine because it allows him to get his energy up quick and basically try to ult. But at the same time, I don't want him sustaining super strong attacks up front, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. I was going to see if I can upgrade anything because I'd like to upgrade my marksman role a little bit more, but it doesn't look like there's too much I can do without harming the long-term goals of kind of some of my upgrades. So we're going to kind of be stuck right this second. Looks like, okay, that's fine. Astral Seer, 15% discount to me. This is kind of a joke. They need to, it's just too expensive for what it is. They really need to lessen the price on these spins for the Astral Seer. I just don't see any value here. Miguel, I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for joining the live stream. We just talked a little bit about servers and how people were asking specific questions related to jumping servers and how you can't go to an older server, well, older as in a newer number server, a newer server, but you can go to older servers that are lower number than yours. And once you do jump, you're typically able to jump back to the original one, but there are exceptions. And on mobile, for example, you cannot do that. Once you jump, you're stuck. So that's just something to keep in mind if you play mobile. If you don't play mobile, you can kind of disregard because usually the Nexters will allow you to hop back. You can't have more than one account on the same server. You can't have more than one game account on the same server because that would be unfair. So just a couple of basic stuff that we talked about earlier. Here I'm going to try to do my standard attack, really just trying to get it in a little bit earlier in the stream. We'll get a couple more things in, don't worry. So we're not ending the stream or anything like that. But yeah, so we kind of talked about that. We also talked a little about Aiden, who we don't know yet, but we'll probably complement his sister, as of how the video explained it, with Kayla, the brand new hero. There's also supposed to be new rewards every single day with what looks to be almost like a daily login, which I'm not opposed to. I'm just curious as to why we have a new calendar all of a sudden. Does that mean that the calendar is going to replace the holiday everyday Santa Claus letter? I hope not. I hope that just is an extra thing, but I really, really do like the letter to Winter Claus because I thought that was such a cool gift. I'm not sure how that will play out. And we will see how that plays out. Oof, that was huge damage right there by Osh. Um, Whatever, we're doing the best we can. 3 mil damage I'll take. Um, but yeah, no. So, it's just one of those things where we talked about a bunch of different things early on. We haven't really talked about the event yet that we have right now, which we will talk about once I claim these. I haven't really played the CyberCon event too much, but I really like the rewards in this one. So we'll talk about that in a sec as soon as I claim these guys. Cool. Damage rewards. All right. So we got some nice rewards there. We will hop over back to CyberCon. So with CyberCon, right, we got some really cool events. I really like this Titan Skin Stones. I think that's dope. I don't know how I feel about this Chance of Greater Insignias. You only get one. I mean, so you get 30, but like it seems like it's not very many for the reward. So I would definitely prefer the Chaos Particles and or Titan Skin Stones if I have an option. And of course, you can always check what your prizes are by clicking all prizes. So this batch, there is a player's avatar, the Cyber Fighter. So we'll see what we can get. Ideally, I'd like to pull these two and the Cyber Fighter. Less pulls, the better. But we'll. Ooh, that's a nice one right there. We got the Titan Skin Stones. I'll go one more here, and if I don't pull anything, we will just refresh because we got the Titan Skin Stones, which is really what I'd like ideally. And if not, then I'd like the Chaos Particles. That's probably, I think, the two best items there that I can grab. And the more Titan Skin Stones I can get, the better. Ooh, there's a nice avatar. I probably should have been paying attention where the Skin Stones was located. Ooh, there we go. We got it. We're going to refresh. So that's two awesome pulls. I'm not complaining at all. Where are the Titan Skins? Oh, I didn't see it. We'll see what happens here, but I really am going mainly for these Titan Skin Stones. That's really the main item I want, and I want to save them for when we get the new... okay, that wasn't the reward we were hoping for. We'll do two more, and then we'll just refresh, because it's not worth us hopping around. We might as well get a new batch. I'm kind of the mind that I used to kind of like try to get all the rewards if I'm already like super far along, but I figure the more openings I can get, I might get lucky and get a couple nice pulls. We'll see. So far, we've been pretty lucky. So there we go. We got a big Titan Skinstone pull. We're getting some nice luck out of these. So we absolutely love it. Let's see. Calendar for December, $3 to $4. I hope it's not the only way to get the new hero. Yeah, I hope not. That would kind of be unfortunate for sure. Hold on, let's see. We got some other ones here. Gary says, but it's not fair for to new players on brand new servers if someone unlimited funds creates a new account and maxes out everything. Wait, that benefit fits next year, so it's okay. Well, Gary, I think you make a valid point. I do think you make a valid point, but I also think that a lot of those players who do end up doing that, I've seen, if they get bored after a while, they do tend to sometimes jump servers, and that actually kind of sometimes negates that issue, right? But I get it. I'm not saying that's fair. I get it. But yeah, I think there's some truth in what you just said there. I'm not going to readdress it. People can read it, but I'm not going to say anything about that. But I think it's fair. I do think that Hero Wars is okay with it as long as they do end up making a profit. But I do think that also people who rush to the end of the game tend to not last as long as some of the other players. I don't know. That's just my hot take, I guess. Let's see if we can get some more of these. I actually really like these CyberCon events. Um, Starting or joining an adventure, we'll have to do that. Chess Tower, we just did that. Okay, so it looks like our best bet is to do some adventures. Doesn't look like there's too many active, so we'll just start one up, and we'll do the. I guess we'll do the level 121, and I'll just do my part, and then we'll just wait because it's the easiest one to just get your path done and not have to worry about anyone else waiting on you. Because I don't love waiting. Okay, that's the wrong team, but it's fine. Um, but yeah, every American had Happy Thanksgiving. I mean, I had a pretty good Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty relaxed. It wasn't, that big of a deal, which was nice. Just kind of chilled. Didn't really do too much craziness. I did get some sleep, which I needed. And it's just been kind of a good time to kind of recharge my batteries. At least for me. Hopefully, everyone else had a good amount of turkey. If if you guys really did go all out, hopefully you had some good turkey or a turkey replacement. I know a lot of people now go with like prime rib or some alternative, meat. Sometimes people, a lot of people do go turkey, but some people don't. So I'm not gonna, whatever you prefer. I hope you had a good time with it. Um, and Gujo says calendar for December, $3 to $4. Hope it's not the only way to get the new hero. I don't think it would be. I'm sure that maybe you get some advantages for that. Like maybe get the double, kind of similar to how the basic um, map, right? And we'll talk about that in a sec. I'll get back to that. We'll return to that, Gujo. That's a good point. Francis says, looks like the Advent Calendar's Gingerbread Man. Give 10 Kayla Soul Stones each. You can get her to 4 stars with the times 3 when you buy the pass. Yep. So I think that's kind of what we're going to be talking about in a second here. Once you get this basic stuff done. Bass says, I have my last lesser Titan fragment in the inventory. Should I wait for winter? I probably would. Um, Although, if it's for your, hold on, I have my last lesser Titan fragment in inventory. Should I wait for winter? So lesser Titan fragment. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I personally would save that. Yeah, I would wait until winter. If you get another one, then you can just wait. And I would personally hold on to all of those unless you have less than 3 star frag or 3 fragments combined. I would wait because if you get lucky and you pull one, then right you can just easily use your free lesser fragment. But if you open your lesser fragment now, it bumps you to the next emerald opening, right? So if that makes sense, we'll cover that in a sec as well. No problem. So we'll talk about that in a sec as well, Bass. Give me 1 sec. Let me finish this. We will talk next about the calendar, and then we will get back to your question about this fragment. But the advice now would be hold on to that. Tanya, hello, hello. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Multi-pass, Cujo says. Yep. Uh, Cujo says, hey, Tanya. Tanya says she maxed out her Sebastian and Dante. Wow, look at you making moves, Tanya. Especially right before we start getting potentially 2 new heroes in Kayla and I believe it's Aiden. Hopefully I'm not pronouncing that wrong, but her brother. So something to check out. But congratulations, Sebastian's one of my favorite go-to support heroes in the game, and Dante's obviously a fantastic attacker. You really can't go wrong. So that is an awesome 1-2 punch you got going on there. That's awesome. Congratulations, Tanya. It's a big feat, and I feel like it wasn't too long ago that they weren't really that far along. So that's awesome. Congratulations. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're finishing up this outer region of the adventure, so if someone wants to join, they can hopefully do it without having to wait. So that's the goal here. And then I just need to kind of do some autos if that is the case. So we'll wrap this one up. We'll talk about the calendar here shortly. Okay, so there we go. Let's talk about this calendar. So I think the calendar reminds me a lot of the monthly calendar, right? So the daily bonus. And you see how we have like the VIP. So certain days you get kind of more rewards. My understanding is that the $3 to $4 pass will give you similar rewards. Now let's reopen this Kayla video. Kayla Hero Wars. Kayla. There we go. So it should be around. And of course, my screen's black. YouTube. Man, come on, YouTube, be better. And it's like right in the key spots that I want to show the picture for the video. All right. Well, bottom line is going to be that the. Oh yeah, I gotta collect all these. Sorry. But anyway, going back to this, the bottom line is that I believe, just like some people mentioned here, that the $3 to $4 pass will be to get you a ×2 or ×3 of different items as you go across the December daily bonus quests, I guess essentially, or daily bonus login rewards that you get from Hero Wars. So I think that is going to be how you can get kind of more rewards. Yeah, double the rewards in certain areas, whereas you wouldn't be able to do that before. So Tony says, JFL, who do you think I maxed out next, Martha or Aurora? Wow, that's actually those are some great heroes to max out. I actually personally would probably max out. Let's see, I'm trying to think of who you have already. You have Iris, Sebastian now, and you have Dante. I would probably go with Aurora next, personally, then Martha, because that is going to be a solid team. But I think Aurora is a little bit higher in priority because you want a decent tank, and if you can have a tank that has dodge in addition to someone like, your Jew or your Dante, I think Aurora might be the best bet. And then after that, you have Martha. Granted, I don't know if you already have a tank available. Like, let's say you have Astaroth already maxed out, then I'd go with Martha. So it depends on what your team is, but I think Aurora would be good. I really like Aurora a lot. I think she's a hero I'd like to finish up. I still have some work to do with her, actually, now that you mention it. So I will work on her a little bit, actually, while we're talking about it. Upgrade that to level 20, or up to level 40. This one will get up to 30, hopefully. Nice. So, we got to make some improvements ourselves since we're talking about it. Chanting glyphs. That's good for now. All right, so we're getting our heroes a little stronger now. See, Astaroth still has. Oh no, he's done. Nice. We do still have some Kark physical attack to go, which is great because I love upgrading my Kark. Love that. So there we go. Got one Lars Soulstone. Gonna collect these. But yeah, so okay, we talked about how it's going to be a little bit similar to how they've done the daily bonus with the ×2. It might be ×3. I didn't really look at the calendar too carefully on the YouTube little short screen. I'll talk about that hopefully more in the future. I'm not guaranteeing that, but hopefully, right? Obviously, December's coming up, which also means we will have a new picker wheel updated. So we'll have 2 new YouTube videos coming out, one for web, one for Facebook, and then I'll reset everything for the month of December after we do our winners after today's stream. So hopefully that is the goal. We'll be able to reset the ones on Discord pretty quick. The YouTube videos will come out soon, before December, hopefully. So that is something to talk about as well. Bass says, then Celeste, in my opinion, the big trio, Aurora, Celeste, and Sebastian are great. It's true. It's true. But I do love Aurora in general, and I think Aurora Martha's great too. You can't go wrong, Martha or Celeste. I don't know if you already have Celeste done. That's why I also didn't mention that. But yeah, it's pretty solid options you got there, Tanya. No doubt about it. She has Jew, Max, Iris, and Dante, Sebastian plus Astaroth. Okay, there you go. Yeah, solid squad. Can't go wrong. That's a really good team. Um, okay, what was the other question? There was another question I didn't want to miss. Upcoming adventure calendar. What do you think? Um, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I think it's one of those ones where I like the idea of the calendar, right? We're talking about the daily calendar. I'm worried though that it will take the place of the Santa Claus event, where we basically got a free random totem potentially or free other reward. I really like those. So I hope that's not the case, but I'm worried that it might be. So hopefully that makes sense. I would love to get another totem fragment, hopefully one that I can use for Dark Titans, but we'll see what happens with that. And hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The letter to Santa Claus. I'm hoping they didn't replace that with this little mini um, everyday event kind of a deal. So hopefully that didn't happen. With the totem fragments, right? So totem fragments, there's a fail-safe number, right? And I think this was Bass who asked about this. Yeah, so you don't want to open your lesser fragment because of two things. One is there's a fail-safe number for totem fragments. So the more emeralds you spend here, there's a guaranteed after you spend X amount of emeralds. I have it on a separate video if you want to check it out. I just can't seem to pull them up right now. And some of these numbers have been adjusted. I haven't adjusted mine yet because of the new totems that got added. But basically, this video here, the Hero Wars totems, it has this fail-safe numbers. I think, I thought I also wrote them down here because it was, I was able to, but I don't think I can. But anyway, so it shows the guaranteed drop rates down here. If you get a chance, check out this video. But bottom line is, if you open your lesser fragment, it pushes you to the next fail-safe number, which means a lot more emeralds have to be spent for you to pull the next totem fragment. So I typically try not to recommend pulling your lesser spirit fragment if you are in between three, right? So if you need to have at least three fragments, otherwise you can pull it. You need to have three fragments, right, using emeralds. So if you have at least three, then I would say okay. And then you want to have, I would say, if you can, you want to have less than five fragments. Well, you want to have five fragments, sorry. Then open your lesser spirit fragment. But I still feel like you really want to save it for the end. You want to have as many of those fragments using the emeralds you can. And you want to save your lesser spirit fragment and open it last minute because then that saves you a lot more emeralds down the line. But I can understand why someone might want to try their luck to see if they can get lucky with a 6-star fragment. I mean, I did. I got lucky with my Earth Totem fragment. I pulled 6 of them and had only one water and one fire. So I can understand why you might want to do that, but I just think that generally speaking, you'd want to hold on to your lesser spirit fragments because it's just such a risk, I feel like, to open your lesser spirit fragment if you don't already have like a 4 or 5-star fragment. Um, so I personally would hold on to it, especially because you don't know what's going to come out of it. Yeah, it is a pretty strong team for sure. Tanya won 100 Chaos Cores and 100,000 Artifact chest coin today. Wow, look at that luck. That's awesome. That's a nice jackpot hit. Yeah, as Gujo just said right there. Yeah. Aurora is definitely, I think, the next go-to. And obviously, what she's talking about here is the grand prize she pulled, right? I always need those Chaos Cores, but I never get them. So we'll just hold on to these. But yeah, so you will probably, I'm going to start saving up some keys, I think, as well. I think, forget exactly which which event it is, but you do need some keys, I think, eventually starting to stack up. So I'm going to start saving some right now. We're not going to go crazy on it, but I also know that I haven't been the most daily player. So because of that, I'm going to start probably saving up some of my artifact coins pretty soon because I don't know when I'll need them next. I mean, I probably could look it up, but right this second, we're kind of just cruising, and we're gonna power up Dante a touch if we can. So that'll get us another key. Boom, key acquired. Emerald exchange one time. Sure. Thank you. And we've got some nice starts there. Okay, so let's see. What else can we do? Just open these guys. I really don't love how there's only one item in each of these. Like, there should at least be like a grand possibility of like 5 if you get lucky. But like 1 on everything? Come on. Be better, heroes. Be better on that. Anyway, we'll just keep opening these guys up. Random fragments. Those ones will wait because I don't know yet. Okay, so let's see. Anything else I can do right this second with CyberCon? Doesn't look like it. Not really. Okay, so we're in a good spot. It looks like airship. We started pretty much 90. Oh, we did start all of them. Okay, we did start all the ones we can do. Outland, let's pull these real quick. Tanya says, I had 300 keys. Nice, nice. Bass says, I have a 6-star water, earth, and 5-star fire so far. Wow, Bass, you are moving along. You know what? In that case, if you think, are you trying to go for the 6-star fire? You have a 50% chance. So, I mean, honestly, I would wait until you see what you get for Winterfest. And if you get a second lesser fragment, I would use both. But it's up to you. I think it's a tough call. I personally would probably wait until Winterfest, see if you can get, if we still have the letter from Santa Claus, see if you can get another one, and then go from there. That's how I would do it. But I'm not sure. And Bass says 200 keys for the second part of Winterfest. Okay, I knew there was something coming up in Winterfest where you needed keys. So I will be starting to save up because we need 200 keys ultimately for that second aspect of Winterfest. So we'll start saving up for that that section there. Bunch of flawless artifacts, cool. Let's see. Anyone needed flawless artifacts? Ishmael needs some. So we'll grab some for the second artifact. And the first one for Chaba as well. Okay, so we'll grab a couple of flawless items there just to power up those guys and finish those 2 off. Let's go with, we'll go with like 57. And then 57 of these. We'll just hold the rest for now. Upgrade up Chaba, hopefully, and finish him off. And Ishmael. Ishmael, done. Hundos across the board. And Chaba. There we go. Complete. So we've finished those 2 off. So now the exception is obviously the stars are not done yet. But we still don't even have anywhere near to the number of chaos cores we need. Oh no. So we'll get there. We'll get there. But let's take a look at the merchant as well. New heroes means we need EXP potions. Some of these baby items will be needed as well, but I'm not going to go crazy on that. No. We'll wait on that. I don't really need that. We also will need, well, I mean, I don't probably need to say this, but we need to have soul stones of heroes is probably going to be one of those things that we look at during Winterfest as well. So I will probably try to start saving up some of these coins, not all of them, but some of them. If I don't need to use them, I will try to avoid it. But some items you just need, like a Lamort card. Just need them. So we'll claim that. Friendship chips. We need the staff of neutralization. Throwing knives. Oh, we'll take the awakened might. We'll save those. All right, so that is not the worst start. Mobile event that is live is also not too bad. Yeah, I will say a lot of it is focused on Emerald spending though, so for me it's a little less exciting, but yes, it is also CyberCon, or aka holiday everyday event for mobile right now, which is kind of a nice event. It's like CyberCon, a little different, a little spin on it. Has some nice little tricks and tips, but nothing crazy. Um, it's all right. I'm not sure. Hero Wars is trying to put in some new game modes across all platforms, and I don't know. It seems like a lot. They're trying to add in another game mode. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I don't think we need that on mobile and Facebook, but we'll see. Or Facebook/web. We'll see what happens. They're talking about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Um, all right. Anyway, going back to this, we've got a decent amount done. Anything else we need to do before we have our picker wheel winners? Let's make sure we did that. Kill down. We're good. Asgard, we can see if there's anything else we can do after we opened up some little items there. We'll take a look here at the Ascension Spire, and if we can do anything, we'll look at the Great Tree of Wisdom. Then we will wrap up by having our winners. And today we're going to have 4 winners, right? One from Saturday for Facebook, one for Saturday for web, and then our usual Sunday winners, right? To wrap up the month of November. So that is the game plan. So we'll be doing that here shortly. All right, so we're short 7 insignia, Greater Valley insignias. Of course we're short 7. Ugh. All right, doesn't look like there's too much more we can do. Faceless can be moved, as can Isaac and Sebastian. I'm tempted to do Isaac, so we'll wait. All right, we're going with Faceless. I was looking at all these. We're going with Faceless one time. All right, so that's all right. It's a start. Got him a little stronger. Not a lot, but a little bit. Adventure. Did what I could. Up to everyone else. All right, we've made progress all in all. Let's go ahead and get our picker wheel going so we can get some winners for y'all. Bass is winning a letter to Santa could be 200 emeralds or a gift for a guild member, if remembering correctly. There's a couple nice rewards, I think, from the letter's winner clause. I will look into that. I haven't had a chance to review. But yeah, there's some nice rewards. You can actually get a lesser totem fragment last I checked, but who knows what they will do this time around. Tanya says, I have 300,000 emeralds for the 2 new heroes in December. Ooh, she's locked and loaded, guys. She's locked and loaded. Who just says, whoop, whoop. Yeah, all right. Now we have our picker wheel. We're going to have Saturdays first. So this is for Facebook, and this is to make up for yesterday's holiday that we had. So here we go. Winner number 1 is Gary. Congratulations, Blast, Gary Blast. You are our Facebook winner. Feel free to leave me a message, and we will get in touch with you. If not, and congratulations, you are our Saturday winner. We also have a Saturday winner for web, so don't go anywhere. Let's see who that will be. So our web winner now is going to be, I think it's Gamer, right? Or Gamer? I'm going to go with Gamer. But anyway, with the cool Halloween emoji in there is our winner. Congratulations. I will be shooting you a message on YouTube here shortly after the stream. Congratulations. You are our Saturday web winner, even though it's Sunday, because we didn't have a stream yesterday. All right, so with those 2 winners, we have 2 more coming up for web. Or for Sunday, I'm sorry. This one's for Facebook. Let's take a look. And it is Choose. Choose is our Facebook winner. Congratulations. I will be messaging you on Discord, or you can message me after this live. So, all right, congratulations to our 3 winners. We got one more coming up here. We're just spitting out winners because everyone is really a winner, but we also obviously have those get chosen by the picker wheel. Incognito says, after 2 months of not spending any money in the game, I bought some 4 times emeralds to prepare for Winterfest. I think that's a good move. Fastest little trick for getting 14 energy bottles and emerald waterfalls by 14k emeralds within change in 4 times emeralds. Very, very nice. All right, so our final winner for today's stream will be, and this is for web for today, will be, it is Guzil. Guzil is our lucky web winner. Feel free to message me since I have a good feeling you probably will. And we will get those rewards out to you ASAP. So congratulations to our last winners of November. We're going to have some winners for the upcoming month of December, so be on the lookout for that. Congratulations to our winners, but also thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on this stream. I'm happy to hear that everyone is prepping up for Winterfest. Seems like most people are semi-excited, at least, about the new brother-sister combination coming into Hero Wars. And man, it's always great to hang out with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon in Dominion. Thank you, everyone.